Okay, I am still experimenting with mass airflow sensor. I had the extra one installed to this huge 4-inch piece of test pipe, and it worked. But it was way down here. It was just too much pipe. So I shortened it so I'd have enough room to reduce it down, which I did, and went into a filter, and then it wasn't reading accurately at all. I don't know, something happened. So that was ugly and didn't want that to stay anyway. So anyway, then I've been contemplating how to modify these without putting them in a larger pipe, because I don't want it in a larger pipe since I'm going to be just connecting it down to a 2-inch pipe from the turbo. Okay, inside the mass airflow sensor, the back side of it had, let's see how this was. There we go. This piece of metal was the little block off plate in the back, and then the air pushes through from the front, goes down, and came out the bottom. The hole is about as big as from the bottom of that metal there, about the size of my finger right there. So I just experimented by making a longer one to block off more of the air. And this is out of steel. It's crude but effective, so it's blocking it off, and the air just comes out down there. So this is the stock aluminum mass airflow sensor with its stock breather, and I did that, and because I'm just still trying to get just more range out of a stock sensor. So I installed it on the car, and I drove it today. It's driving really good. No issues with it. I only did one log or so, but I didn't have any drivability issues. I was just watching the wideband, so it's working pretty good, just like it did before. So this should be close enough to mount my adapter on there and plumb it from the turbo and be close enough. If I can get that camera wedged in there. Traction in first gear. Just have to wait for the speed to catch up to the RPM. I'm gonna roll it out. Engine's still stock and everything. Just a test on the modified mass airflow sensor and the tune I just threw into it. I've been getting pretty lucky with some of the tune. I did have to fart around yesterday. That one mass airflow sensor wasn't working right. Got a rock in my exhaust bouncing around, or a nut or something from when I had it apart. Wait till I take it apart again to get that out of there. Seems to be running fine. Probably can't really see the laptop there with the glare and everything, but I'm running. I'd made myself a bunch of slopes off the stock one, and basically using Excel just added like 10%, 50%, 20%, 25, 30, 35, 40. Then I think I'm up to 40, and it seems to be running pretty good right there. So anyway, should be ready to put an adapter on there to get the turbo piped into that, reduced down to the turbo, which is only a 2-inch outlet. So I'm glad to be able to have it set up. We don't have to have that ridiculous 4-inch mass airflow sensor. Okay, I did a log. Let's see. Highlighted the throttle point so you could see when I turned the corner and feathered it, and then went wide open throttle. First gear, there's second gear, third, none of that off. So I can log through here and see that once this goes to wide open throttle, which is 4.6 or so volts, you'll notice that the wideband, which is the one that says none, it goes on the rich side and stays there just right about where it did when it was stock. So I think the modification and where I have the mass airflow curve adjusted for is about right. Here is the voltage from the mass airflow, and this is the actual volume of air from that it's calculated to. You'll notice that the highest this will get when wide open throttle, once it goes through the RPMs, you'll notice it's about 3.5, just under 3.6 volts. 5 volts is the maximum output on a mass airflow sensor, so you see that I did free up some range there, so definitely quite a bit. So I'm going to go here and hit play. You'll see when this goes to about 4.6 something volts, that's wide open throttle. The RPMs goes through the RPMs, and you'll see that watch that voltage, and the air fuel is good also. Wide open throttle. So yeah, it's only getting about 3.5, 3.6 volts is maxing out on that mass airflow. So doing good. This computer, I switched my software into this computer once I got my IBM ThinkPad fixed. Put another screen on it. So I like this one better. I have a dock and everything. It's been around, but it's tried and true. These things are tough. And I have the dongle for my licensing, so it's easy just to switch to software. This is binary editor, so I have to go back through my settings still and kind of fine-tune how all these gauges work and all that stuff. There's a lot of power to this software, though. It's cool that I'm sitting here in my garage, and I just made one run, and I'm able to, look at all the readings in real time like that, and see exactly how it went. So I don't even have to look at it while I'm driving. I look at my wideband in the dash pod, a little bit and stuff like that, but that's it. So I can log it and then review this later. I can add other things. I can, fuel trims and stuff, and kind of see maybe what points I need to adjust it and go back and adjust the curve later. It seems to be working pretty much like stock after I modified that mass airflow, so I'm not worried about it. No drivability issues, so it ain't broke, ain't nothing to fix right now. So I'm pretty much ready just to make that adapter plate and probably just connect it right from the outlet of the turbo. See how that rubber stock hose likes that. I'm gonna have to make a couple changes to some of the connections on it, like the valve cover breather is not going to be able to be connected to that no more. I'll have to put an open air one or something on there. So anyway, stay tuned for some more of that.